Change of pace again. This time it bouncing nicely. Foxcroft onto it. 72 metres into the stand. His fifth, sixth of the afternoon. One feels it's all a little bit too late, unfortunately, for his side.
Mid-off inside the circle. Dean Foxcroft sees the opportunity. That is some outstanding hitting from this right-hander. Back-to-back sixes, and that brings up the 200 for New Zealand.
Change of pace again, overpitched. Foxcroft equal to it. That's full swing of the bat. Over the offside now, 83 metres.
Slower delivery. Foxcroft tried to hit that one too hard. Yep. The New Zealand dugout might feel if they had a few wickets in hand. This would have been an interesting game for them.
They certainly would. I think I mentioned it earlier in the day, having the courage, the bravery to almost make a play. Got to feel this is, it was a little bit late. Why not earlier in the fixture when you have a sniff?
He will retain the strike, Foxcroft. 13 coming off the fizz over. New Zealand 202 for 9.
Come on!
64 of 36 deliveries needed for New Zealand. Last 2 overs, 30 runs, courtesy of some blistering hitting from Foxcroft. Already struck 6 sixes without hitting a 4. He's on a roll. Is it too late for New Zealand? 202 for 9. These are the boundaries. Came off the bat of Dean Foxcroft. Some clean hitting. And some great footwork as well. Went to the pitch of the delivery. Loves hitting those sixes. Got those opportunities and made the most out of it. Yes, his side almost out of the game, but still he's keeping the hopes alive. Here comes another one. We are back live, though. That's not a replay. Welcome, HT.
You just wonder where this was a little bit earlier. You know, now you start hitting, but you're 9 down. Just one mishit and the game's over. When Clarkson was at the wicket, where was this? Man, you don't want to take away from it. He's hit the ball very cleanly here. And while he's at the wicket, they've got a chance. It's a long shot. It's an outside chance, but it's a chance.
Needs something special, and Dean Foxcroft is capable of doing that. Catch it is the call, just falling short of the field at long on. But he's striking so well, Dean Foxcroft. Problem. Bowler underneath, Medias and Miraz dropped it. Was never an easy catch for the bowler. Going away from him, back paddling. But Miraz said it was mine.
Yeah, long on and long off weren't going to get there. This was Miraz's catch, but you don't get tougher. Grasped it. Still New Zealand hang in. Now what does Lister do? Surely he's got to try and get off strike first ball, allow Foxcroft to have one dig at the boundary and then get off strike. There's no time to waste balls here. You can't just block three.
Partnership, 49 of 29 balls, courtesy of Dean Foxcroft. Mostly, as Lister has just got one run. But he's provided good support to Foxcroft. That single brings up the 50 partnership for the final wicket for New Zealand.
50 of just 30 balls, and Lister's contribution is 2. 56 from 32 deliveries.
Not the best of timing. Fielder at long on, takes a brilliant catch. Saif Hassan covered a lot of ground. Kept his eyes on the ball as Bangladesh go on to win the game by 55 runs. Glory is earned when the moment is not merely met, but ruled.
Yeah, some good hitting, some powerful hitting. Dean Foxcroft, but unfortunately it was too little too late. The accelerator was pushed when the race was over. And Bangladesh richly deserved their victory. They were impressive with the bat for most of their innings. I may have felt that they were a couple short, but in the end their bowlers have done the job for them again. Foxcroft has had a good tour, and that is a great catch.
Outstanding. Bangladesh dominated throughout the game. Yes, Foxcroft kept the hope alive for New Zealand, but in the end, it was a too difficult task for New Zealand to chase the target of 266 as Dean Foxcroft dismissed after scoring 75 of 72 balls. Bangladesh go on to seal their third consecutive ODI series win at home, breaking New Zealand's unbeaten bilateral ODI series win streak since 2025.
A series win is a series win. Bangladesh would have come into this one as the favourites, and they got a little bit of a fright in the first one. And New Zealand emerged victorious, but they gathered themselves well, and their top performers came to the party. Tanzid with a half-century, and Shanto with a half-century, Nahid Rana with 5 to ensure that they levelled that series 1-1, and then today Shanto with a magnificent 100, and Mustafa Zur Rahman coming into the starting 11 getting 5. So the big players, they came to the party when needed most, and Bangladesh will win this series, but there's still a few questions that I think that they will need answering, particularly with what happens towards the back end of their batting lineup, because 265 today should have been around about 280, 290. And Bangladesh have got big aspirations when it comes to international cricket. They don't want to just make up the numbers. They want to win big matches. They want to win big events. And that is an area of the game that they will look to improve. But Phil Simmons will be thrilled with his charges, and a whole new squad will take to the field when the T20 International gets underway. Mazza, 75 from Foxcroft, but too little too late.
Surely, too little too late for New Zealand. Ran short of the partners. They lacked partnership throughout the series. At one point it really looked that if they had wickets in hand, this could have been an interesting game. Not the case tonight. His partnership was the final wicket of Dean Foxcroft and Lister of 50 of 31. Young and Kelly adding 46 and Abbas and Kelly adding 47. But only one 50-plus opening partnership was not enough to chase the target of 266 for New Zealand.
Again, it was the seamers that shone bright for Bangladesh, particularly the most experienced campaigner out of the lot, Mustafa Zuraman. 5 for 43 in his 9 overs. Sharaful got a wicket. He had a good series, did the left armer. Rana bowled with real pace, was unlucky not to add to that wicket column of 2. And then the captain, well, he got 2 himself.
Well, New Zealand coming to chase the target of 266, kept losing wickets up front. Mustafizur Rahman undone Henry Nichols. And then some good shot from Will Young. And the left-hander Kelly batted well. Laid all across the ground, striking his second 50. While Will Young departed after Nahid Rana comes in and gives the breakthrough. Tom Latham hasn't had the best of series. Once again departed without making an impact. And Miraz was the one to pick his wicket. Since then it was Nick Kelly. Made some good shots. Some good fielding as well in the deep. Kelly striking his 50. Until Mustafizur Rahman dismissed. A well-set batter and Shoaiful Islam comes in and picking up wickets from Nahid Rana in the late part of the innings, picking up wickets before Dean Foxcroft played some glorious shots. That was an outstanding catch, shot mid-wicket. This one too from Tauhid Ridoy. And hitting the timber, Mustafizur Rahman picking him his 5-wicket haul. He's been outstanding. Dean Foxcroft since then keeping the hopes alive for New Zealand, striking those lusty sixes in the latter part of the innings. Was lucky as well. And Miraz dropped him. It was always difficult for Dean Foxcroft and New Zealand to go on to chase the target. Saif Hassan taking an outstanding catch to finish things off in style for Bangladesh. Happy dugout, why not? Third consecutive bilateral ODI series win for Bangladesh. Match summary posting 265 courtesy of Nazmul Hossain Shanto's 100. Litton also scoring 76. Orur picked up 3 for 32. New Zealand in reply, apart from Dean Foxcroft 75 and Nick Kelly adding 59. None of the batters were able to make an impact as Mustafizur Rahman picked up a 5-wicket haul. Bangladesh winning by 55 runs. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with a post-match presentation.
हेलो चेक चेक हेलो चेक हेलो चेक हेलो चेक हेलो चेक ठीक है
Hello and welcome for the post-match presentation. What a match, the decider. Bangladesh batting first, posting a total of 265 for 8. At one stage, New Zealand, 160 for 9. And that last wicket partnership, everybody started to take notice whether they're going to make it or not. 50 were added, thanks to that wonderful innings from Foxcroft. But in the end, they bowled out for 210. Really good effort. So congratulations to Bangladesh and commiserations to New Zealand. It is the Dutch Bangla Bank ODI Series 2026. Bangladesh versus New Zealand, the third and the final ODI, powered by Rocket, co-sponsors Nexus Pay. Yeah, it was a thriller right down the line. Right, without further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest, starting from my left, Mr. Israfil Khusru, Member Ad Hoc Committee, Bangladesh Cricket Board, Chairman, Finance Committee of BCB, and Chairman, Welfare Committee of BCB. Right next to him is Mr. Fahim Sinha, Member Ad Hoc Committee, Bangladesh Cricket Board, Chairman, BPL Governing Council, and Chairman, Game Development Committee of BCB. We have also Mr. Shafiqul Haq Hira, former captain, Bangladesh national cricket team, Mr. Syed Ibrahim Ahmed, Member Ad Hoc Committee, Bangladesh Cricket Board, Chairman, Tender and Purchase Committee of BCB, and Chairman, Security Committee of BCB. Right next to him, Mohammad Sohail, Executive Vice President and Head Chattogram Cluster, Dutch Bangla Bank. Thank you, gents, for being here. May I ask Tom Latham to come and have a few words, please? Tom, you nearly chased it. What were you going through your mind when that partnership was on the last one?
Yeah, obviously there was some clean striking there from Foxy. Yeah, obviously a little bit too late from our point of view. Obviously you had a few more wickets in the bank, then things might have been different. But yeah, unfortunately today couldn't quite put the perfect performance together. And full credit to Bangladesh.
Yeah, when the last player was batting, it looked like a really good pitch to bat on, especially the way Foxcroft was hitting those sixes right, left, and center. More runs from the top of the order, maybe you could have made a really good match out of it.
Yeah, you're right, and I think probably similar to the second game, as a batting unit, we probably weren't able to build enough partnerships up the top, and we sort of speak about it, having guys set towards the last 10 overs and obviously losing wickets, throughout that whole sort of top, 20, 25 overs, sort of puts you on the back foot, and as I said, yeah, we just weren't able to build those partnerships today.
Yeah, even after winning the toss, you decided to put Bangladesh in. They were 32 for 3. At that stage, if the bowlers had done a little bit better job, maybe break that partnership between Litton and Shanto, you could have restricted them in a lesser total.
Yeah, you're right, and I think we saw that, when we took a few wickets towards the back end, full credit to the partnership that Litton and Shanto put on. I thought they played superbly well. I think our power play this game was fantastic. I think we managed to find a great length, and the boys did a great job. But yeah, obviously trying to break that partnership was the key, and unfortunately we couldn't do that. Going into the halfway mark, we were reasonably happy with 260. But again, when you're unable to put partnerships together, it makes things difficult.
You have given us a really good entertainment by winning the first one and trying hard in the next 2 months. It was a pleasure hosting you all, and thank you for the entertainment.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you. Tom Latham, the skipper of New Zealand cricket team. Right, the award-giving ceremony, the Dutch Bangla Bank Player of the Match, an award of USD 1,000 check to be jointly handed over by Mr. Syed Ibrahim Ahmed and Mohammad Sohail, and crest to be handed over by Mr. Mohammad Sohail. Nazmus Shanto, what is for his outstanding 100, his fourth ODI 100. When the chips were down, he scored that 105 in just 119 deliveries, 9 fours and 2 sixes. Came to bat at 9 for 2. They lost another wicket, but then that big partnership with Litton Kumar Das, ensuring they had the winning total on the board. Shanto, first of all, congratulations for that magnificent 100. How are you feeling? You seem to be cramping up right at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, but not excuses. I feel much better now.
9 for 2 when you came on to bat. What was going through your mind? Because then you lost another partner there. Then you added those big partnership with Litton Kumar Das.
Yeah, I think they started brilliantly. They bowled brilliant areas, but I always, try to stay in present and not looking back what happened. So I just try to execute my plan and stay in the present and play as straight as I can.
Yeah, in that partnership, we also saw that Litton took his time. He's dealing in singles, but you were the one who's taking a little bit more chances and picking up those boundaries. That eased the pressure. Was that the plan?
Yeah, I think the way Litton played today really outstanding, and he just hold one side and I try to score some runs. But that was the plan. But it is not easy wicket to bat at some stage. But we try to just make a big partnership for the team.
Right, excellent partnership. Made sure you had winning runs on the board, and well done, well played, well batted.
Thank you.
Right, Nazmul and Shanto, the player of the match. Right, there's another award to be given, Dutch Bangla Bank Player of the Series, an award of USD 2,000, check to be handed over by Mr. Israfil Khosru and Mr. Fahim Sinha, and crest to be handed over by Mr. Fahim Sinha. Right, there were a couple of contenders, I can tell you that. There was a bit of a discussion. Shanto, who ended up scoring 155 runs, Nick Kelly from New Zealand, 149. But we all decided in the end, the player who made the difference was fast and furious, Nahid Rana, with his outstanding efforts with the ball. He picked up a 5-5, picked up in the end 8 wickets, and had a brilliant economy of under 5 runs in an over. So Nahid Rana is the Dutch Bangla Bank Player of the Series. Nahid, প্রথমে একটা প্লেয়ার অফ দ্য ম্যাচ, নাও প্লেয়ার অফ দ্য সিরিজ। মনে আছে পাকিস্তানের বিরুদ্ধে আপনি কিন্তু প্লেয়ার অফ দ্য সিরিজ জয়েন্টলি পেয়েছেন, কেমন লাগছে?
ফার্স্ট অফ অল আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো লাগতেছে। আজ হার্ডওয়ার্কটা করছি, ওই হার্ডওয়ার্কটা এখানে এসে বেনিফিট পাইতেছি, তো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো লাগতেছে।
আপনি 2-3টা স্পেলে বল করেছিলেন, প্রথম স্পেলে উইকেট নিয়েছেন, অ্যান্ড দেন স্পেশালি ওই ডেলিভারিটা যেখানে আপনি শর্ট বল করে হেনরি নিকলসকে আউট করেছেন, ওই তখন আপনার মাথায় কী চলছিল?
আসলে তখনই একটাই মাথায় চলতেছিল, আমি যখন বলিং আসি ক্যাপ্টেন একটা জিনিসই বলতেছিল যে রানা তুমি উইকেট নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করো। আমি জাস্ট ওই জিনিসটা চেষ্টা করছি। আমি সবসময় একটা জিনিস বলি এবং চেষ্টা করি যে আমি আমার টিম যে প্ল্যান অনুযায়ী আমার প্ল্যান অনুযায়ী বলিং করতে দিতেছি, কিংবা আমি আমার টিমের ইম্প্যাক্টফুল পারফর্ম করতে পারতেছি কিনা, এই জিনিসটা আমি সবসময় নিজের কাছে ভালো লাগে এবং করতে পারলে অনেক হ্যাপি হয়।
যখন পার্টনারশিপ একটা দুইজনের পার্টনারশিপ হয়, তখন আপনি কি চিন্তা করেন? আপনার রোলটা ওই সময় কী ছিল? সবসময় জোরে তো বল করছেন, কিন্তু আসলে যখন পার্টনারশিপ গ্রো করে তখন আপনার রোলটা কিছু ডিফারেন্ট হয়?
না, বেশি কিছু চিন্তা করি না, জাস্ট চিন্তা করি উইকেট এবং কন্ডিশন বুঝে জায়গা উইকেট অনুযায়ী বোলিং করা, আর বেশি কিছু না, জাস্ট নর্মাল চিন্তা ভাবনা করি।
Well done, all the best.
Thank you.
Right, just sticking to his plans and making sure he bowled in the right area has been outstanding, especially throughout the series. Right, the Dutch Bangla Bank ODI series won by Bangladesh. May I please request the winning captain, Mehdi Hassan Miraz, to come up and have a few words, please. Mehdi Hassan Miraz, first of all, congratulations. But was not easy in the end.
Yes, I think it was an excellent match, and it's not easy in the end. And the boys bowled really well in the end. I think Mustafiz also.
Yeah, when they put you in to bat, you lost 3 wickets, early wickets, then that big partnership. So thanks to Litton and Shanto for that wonderful partnership.
Yes, I think Shanto and Litton was excellent partnership. We got 3 wickets early, and they take the responsibility in the middle. I think yes, there are senior guys who have to a responsibility, and they played really well.
Did you think that when your team posted 265 was the winning total?
I think yes. I think we know the conditions, and a little bit spin, and the pace bowling sometime ball down and the up. I think we were confident because first 2-3 wickets early and get the partnership, and the momentum is coming. I think the boys very excited, and they know the conditions and how to bowl in this condition.
And you must be very happy with that catch that you took, and also Rido took a blinder. You were all very good in the field.
Yes, I think boys feel very well. I think 2 catches are very important, and Mai and Tohid Riday.
Right, well done. Another series in the bag, and good luck for the future series.
Thank you, Athar. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, you can go and collect the Dutch Bangla Bank ODI Series 2026 Winners' Trophy to be handed over by the former captain of the Bangladesh cricket team, Shafiqul Haq Hira.
There it is, the moment, the metal, the meaning. That is how a winning evening finds its perfect ending. Bangladesh clinched their 9th ODI bilateral series win at home out of 12 series since 2021. The domination in this format has been phenomenal. Go on to win their 3rd consecutive ODI series win at home as well. All the players chipped in, made their contributions, and skipper Mediasan Miraz goes with the team to celebrate the series victory. Everyone contributed, from the likes of Nahid Rana, Liton Das, Nazmul Hossain Shanto, Tawhid Hridoy, Mustafizur Rahman getting an opportunity. And this is how a team builds. That is how a winning evening finds its perfect ending. This is where the match becomes memory. And Bangladesh played some glorious cricket. After losing the first match of the series, bounced back well to go on to seal the series 2-1 in the end. That lift says everything. The scoreboard already knew. Bangladesh, the winners of the Dutch Bangla Bank ODI series against New Zealand 2026. It has been an outstanding series from both the teams. Showed great character. New Zealand winning the first ODI, and then Bangladesh bounced back to level the series in Mirpur. And in the 3rd match, Bangladesh go on to seal the game by 55 runs and winning the series in the end. Right, we have a couple of days break. We'll move on to the T20I series starting from 27th of April here in Chattogram between Bangladesh and New Zealand. That's it from all of us. Hope you enjoyed our coverage. We'll see you again. Until then, have a good night.